You know what's funny about getting older? Everyone tells you to slow down, take it easy, don't push yourself, rest more. And so you listen, you start moving less, you sit more. You tell yourself you're being smart, being careful, protecting your body. But here's the thing nobody tells you. The moment you slow down, the moment you stop moving the way your body was designed to move, something starts happening inside your arteries. The blood flow gets sluggish. The pipes get lazy. Your circulation starts to deteriorate. And that deterioration, that slowdown, that's actually what's aging you faster than anything else. Let me be honest here. Most people have it completely backwards. They think rest is what heals the body, but the truth is, movement is what heals the body. Specifically, the right kind of movement. And there's a walking habit, a very specific way of walking that most people have never heard of, that increases your circulation by 40%. 40%. That's not a marginal improvement. That's not something you'll barely notice. That's the difference between your cells getting enough oxygen and your cells being starved for oxygen. That's the difference between aging gracefully and aging rapidly. I'm going to show you exactly what this habit is and how to do it. But first, you need to understand what's actually happening in your body when you walk the wrong way versus the right way. Think about your circulatory system like the plumbing in an old house. You've got pipes running everywhere. The big pipes, those are your arteries. The smaller pipes, those are your capillaries. And the tiniest ones, those are where the real magic happens. That's where your blood actually exchanges oxygen for carbon dioxide. That's where life happens at the cellular level. Now, most people, when they walk, they use a particular pattern. A pattern that doesn't actually activate the circulation the way their body needs it to. They shuffle, they take short steps, they don't engage their muscles fully. And when you don't engage your muscles fully, you don't create enough pressure in those pipes to move the blood efficiently. But when you walk a certain way, when you activate specific muscle groups in a specific sequence, something changes. Your calf muscles become like a second heart. They pump blood upward against gravity. Your glutes activate. Your core stabilizes. And suddenly, you're not just moving your body from point A to point B, you're actively driving blood and oxygen to every single cell. This is the missing piece that most people never understand. It's not about how far you walk. It's about how you walk. It's about activating the circulation pump that's built into your body. Let me tell you about Margaret. Margaret's 64 years old. She's a retired nurse, spent 35 years on her feet in a hospital, walking constantly, never sitting. And when she retired, she thought, finally, I can rest, I can take it easy. So she did. She stopped walking so much, she started sitting more. And within 2 years, something changed. Her legs started to feel heavy. Her energy dropped. She'd get these sensations in her feet, like they were falling asleep even though she wasn't sitting on them. She went to her doctor. He did some tests, told her she had mild circulation issues, recommended compression socks, maybe some medication, said it was just part of aging. But Margaret, she didn't like that answer. So she came to me and asked the question that changed everything. She said, why did this happen after I stopped walking? When I was walking constantly, I never felt this way. And that's when I realized something. Margaret had accidentally stumbled onto the secret. When she was walking all day long, she was using a particular gait pattern. She was engaging her muscles in a way that was driving her circulation. And the moment she stopped, the circulation started declining. So I taught her something. Something so simple it almost sounds absurd when I explain it. But when she started doing it, within 2 weeks, the heaviness in her legs was gone. Within a month, her energy came back. Within 6 weeks, she got her circulation tested again. The numbers had shifted significantly. Her doctor was confused, asked her what she was doing differently. The habit takes about 30 seconds to explain, but it takes your entire walk to execute, and that's where people mess up. They understand the concept, but they don't actually do it consistently. Here's what you need to do. When you walk, you need to intentionally squeeze your calf muscles with every single step. Not just walk normally, but actively contract the calf at the end of the push-off phase. It's a small movement, but it's powerful. Think of it this way. Your calf is attached to your heel and your foot. When you push off the ground with your foot, your calf should be contracting powerfully. That contraction is what pumps blood upward. That's where the circulation boost comes from. Most people, they just let gravity do the work. But when you actively engage that muscle, you're creating pressure. You're moving blood. You're activating the circulation pump. This is the first step, and it's so foundational that everything else depends on it. Margaret started her walks by focusing entirely on this one thing. Not on distance, not on speed, just on feeling that calf muscle working with every single step. The second step is something that amplifies this effect. And this is where most people completely miss the boat. because the terrain you walk on matters enormously. Flat pavement, that's boring. Your calf isn't working hard. But if you walk on slight inclines, if you vary your terrain, if you include even gentle hills, your calf muscles have to work harder. They have to contract more powerfully. And the circulation boost goes from 40% to potentially even higher. Margaret changed her walking route. Instead of her flat neighborhood streets, she started walking around her local park. There were small hills. There were paths that varied elevation, and something magical happened. Not only did her calf muscles work harder, but her brain got more stimulated. The variety kept her engaged. And the elevation changes meant that she was activating her circulation differently at different points in her walk. The third step is timing, and this is where the synergy starts to become visible. When you walk matters. Your body has rhythms. Your cortisol is different at different times of day. Your metabolism shifts. Your body temperature fluctuates. And if you walk at the right time, you're working with your body instead of against it. Now, most people think they should walk when they have time, lunchtime maybe, or evening when they get home from work. But here's what the research actually shows. The circadian rhythm of your circulation, the way your blood naturally flows and your cells naturally respond to stimulation, it's highest in the morning, not immediately upon waking. But about 2 hours after you wake up, that's when your body is primed to respond to the stimulus of movement. Margaret changed when she walked. She started walking in the late morning, around 10 in the morning, and she noticed immediately that her walks felt different. She had more energy. Her legs felt stronger. The sensation of effort was lower, even though she was working harder, because her body was naturally primed to respond to that stimulus at that time of day. This third step, timing, it's not glamorous. It doesn't sound exciting. But the compound effect of walking at the time when your body is most responsive, combined with actively engaging your calf muscles, combined with walking on varied terrain, the results multiply. So let me just recap what Margaret was doing now. She was walking in the late morning. She was intentionally engaging her calf muscles with every single step, creating that pump action. She was walking on terrain that varied in elevation. And something else was happening. She was becoming more aware of her body. She was feeling her circulation. She was noticing that her legs had energy again. She was starting to trust that this simple habit was actually working. But here's where the fourth step comes in. And this is the step that makes the difference between temporary improvement and lasting change. Because walking alone isn't enough. Your body needs fuel. Your body needs support. Your circulation pump needs the right materials to work with. There's something you probably have in your kitchen right now. A spice. Something most people use casually without understanding how powerful it actually is. Ginger. Not ginger ale, not some weak tea with a hint of ginger. Fresh ginger, or ginger powder, something with the actual active compound. Ginger contains something called gingerol. Gingerol is a vasodilator. That means it tells your blood vessels to open up, to expand, to allow more blood to flow through. When you combine the physical stimulus of walking with the chemical stimulus of ginger, something remarkable happens. Your circulation improves not just because you're pumping harder, but because your vessels are literally expanding to allow more blood flow. Margaret added ginger to her routine. Every morning before her walk, she'd have a small cup of ginger tea. Not much, just a cup, ginger steeped in hot water, and she'd drink that 15 minutes before heading out on her walk. What she noticed, and this is what got her attention, was that her walks felt easier. Her body seemed to respond faster. The heaviness in her legs disappeared even more dramatically. And here's the thing that surprised her most. Her entire day felt different. Because better circulation doesn't just affect your legs, it affects your brain, it affects your energy levels, it affects your mood. Margaret told me that after she started this combination, she felt like someone had turned up the dimmer switch on her life. Everything was brighter, everything was more vibrant. This is where we're at now. Margaret is doing 4 things. She's walking in late morning, she's actively engaging her calf muscles with every step, creating the pump action. She's walking on varied terrain with elevation changes, and she's drinking ginger tea before her walks to prime her circulation. But there are 3 more steps, and these steps are what transform this from a good habit into a complete circulation protocol. These are the steps that amplify the benefits even further, that move you from 40% circulation improvement to potentially even better results, that turn your body from an aging engine into an engine that's firing on all cylinders again. The walking habit that improves circulation by 40%, science explained. Direct response script for 50+ and 60+ audience. Part 2. Steps 5 to 7. Synergy routine and dignity close to 1,300 words. And this is where most people miss the real power. Because they're doing the right things. they're walking, they're engaging their muscles. But they're not amplifying the effect. They're not stacking the protocol. And that's the difference between ordinary results and extraordinary results. The fifth step is something I call the post-walk reset. And this is critical because your body doesn't just improve during the walk. Your body improves in the hours after the walk. That's when the real cellular adaptation happens. That's when your blood vessels respond to the stimulus by becoming more flexible, more responsive, more powerful. Here's what Margaret started doing. The moment she finished her walk, she didn't just go back to her day. She did something very specific. She spent 5 minutes doing what I call active stretching, not passive stretching where you just hold a position, but dynamic stretching, moving stretches that keep the blood flowing while you gently lengthen the muscles that just work. She'd stretch her calves, she'd do leg swings, she'd do gentle lunges, and while she was doing this, she was keeping her heart rate elevated just slightly, not exercising hard, just maintaining that state of circulation where the blood is still flowing powerfully through her system. This keeps the vascular adaptation process activated for longer. What Margaret noticed was that her legs felt looser. The sensation of soreness that comes with new exercise, she didn't experience that, because she was extending the circulation boost beyond the walk itself. She was telling her body, we're not done yet. Keep the blood flowing. Keep the adaptation process going. And here's the synergy piece that made this even more powerful. After those 5 minutes of active stretching, she drank something specific. Cold water with a pinch of sea salt. The cold water activates your parasympathetic nervous system, which is your recovery system. Your body switches from the stimulus mode into the repair and adaptation mode. And the sea salt, that provides minerals that your body uses to repair blood vessel walls. Your vessels need electrolytes to maintain their flexibility and function. This fifth step takes about 10 minutes total. Walk, 5 minutes of active stretching, a glass of cold salt water, and boom, you've extended the circulation benefits for hours. Your body is still in adaptation mode. Your vessels are still responding to the stimulus. You're essentially getting more benefit from the same amount of effort. Now the sixth step is where the real secret emerges. Because your circulation doesn't improve in a vacuum, it improves when your entire body is getting the right support. And there's one thing that most people completely neglect when they're trying to improve their circulation. Something that's sitting in their body right now, probably underutilized, probably sluggish. I'm talking about the lymphatic system. Your lymphatic system is like the cleanup crew for your circulatory system. It removes waste products. It removes inflammation. It supports your immune function. And when your lymphatic system is sluggish, your circulatory system can't work optimally because there's too much waste backing up in the pipes. Margaret started doing something simple. Every single day, usually in the evening, she'd spend just 2 minutes doing what's called lymphatic drainage massage. It's not complicated. You start at your neck, where your lymph nodes are, and you use gentle, downward strokes toward your heart. You're essentially helping the lymphatic fluid move through your body more efficiently. She'd do light strokes down her neck, down her arms, down her torso, down her legs, gentle pressure, nothing painful, just stimulation. And what she reported was remarkable. Her energy in the evening started to improve. Her legs felt less heavy by the end of the day. And when she combined this lymphatic work with her morning walking protocol, something interesting happened. Her circulation numbers improved even faster because she wasn't just stimulating blood flow in one direction. She was supporting the entire circulatory and lymphatic system. She was creating a complete circulation ecosystem. The blood was moving. The lymph was moving. The waste was being cleared. The oxygen was being delivered more efficiently. This sixth step, the lymphatic drainage, it only takes 2 minutes. But it's the thing that moves you from 40% circulation improvement to potentially 50% or better. It's the thing that fills in the gaps. That ensures that the benefits of your walking habit are being fully realized. Now the seventh step, the final step, is what I call the evening foundation. Because if you're going to improve your circulation, if you're going to walk in the morning and do all these things, you've got to support your body at night. You've got to give it what it needs to repair and rebuild. This step is about sleep optimization and what you consume before bed. Margaret made a simple change. 2 hours before she went to sleep, she stopped consuming caffeine, obviously. But she also stopped consuming heavy foods. She'd have a light dinner. And about 90 minutes before bed, she'd have something very specific. A small glass of tart cherry juice, not the sugary stuff, the pure juice. Or if she didn't have juice, she'd eat a small bowl of tart cherries. Tart cherries contain melatonin naturally. They support your sleep quality. And when you sleep deeply, when your body enters deep sleep stages, that's when the majority of your vascular repair happens. That's when your blood vessels rebuild themselves stronger and more flexible. But here's the thing that made this even more powerful. About an hour before bed, she'd do something called a body scan. She'd lie down and systematically relax every part of her body, starting with her toes, moving up through her calves, her thighs, her hips, her belly, her chest, her arms, her neck, her face. Just 5 minutes of conscious relaxation. What this does is it signals to your nervous system that it's safe to repair. It lowers your cortisol. It activates your parasympathetic nervous system. And when your nervous system is relaxed, when your body feels safe, your blood vessels relax too. Your blood pressure comes down naturally. Your circulation becomes more efficient because your body isn't in fight or flight mode anymore. This 7th step, the evening foundation, it ensures that everything Margaret did during the day actually takes root, that the adaptations actually stick, that her body actually rebuilds stronger and more flexible blood vessels. Now let me paint the complete picture of what Margaret's day looked like. Because when you see how all 7 of these steps fit together, when you see the coherence, that's when you understand why this works so powerfully. She wakes up at 6:30, she has her coffee, she has breakfast, normal stuff, nothing special. But she's being intentional about movement. She's not just sitting around, she's moving gently around her house. By 10 in the morning she's ready. She makes her ginger tea. She drinks it. She waits 15 minutes. And then she heads out for her walk. The walk itself is 40 to 50 minutes. She's on varied terrain. She's actively engaging her calf muscles with every single step. She's creating that pump action. Her circulation is being stimulated. Her body is responding. Her blood is flowing. When she gets back home, she does her 5 minutes of active stretching. She's moving dynamically. She's keeping the circulation elevated. And then she drinks her cold salt water. She's essentially extending the benefit of the walk for hours into her day. She goes about her day. She's more energized than she was before the walk. Her mind is clearer. Her body feels lighter because her cells are getting more oxygen, because her circulation has been improved. In the evening, maybe around 5 or 6 o'clock, she does her 2-minute lymphatic drainage massage. Just a quick session, gentle strokes, helping her body clear waste products, supporting her system. She has a light dinner, vegetables, protein, healthy fats, nothing that's going to tax her digestive system. Around 8 o'clock, she has her tart cherry juice or tart cherries. She's beginning to wind down. Her body's getting the signal that sleep is coming. Around 9, she does her 5-minute body scan. She's lying down. She's relaxing every muscle. She's telling her nervous system it's safe. She's preparing her body for deep, restorative sleep. By 10, she's asleep. And while she's sleeping, while she's in those deep sleep stages, her body is rebuilding. Her blood vessels are becoming more flexible. Her circulation is improving. The stimulus of the morning walk is being converted into actual physiological adaptation. This is the synergy. This is why Margaret's results were so dramatic, because she wasn't just walking. She was supporting the walking with nutrition, with timing, with lymphatic support, with sleep optimization, with nervous system regulation. She was creating an entire ecosystem of circulation improvement. Now I want to address something directly, because I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, this sounds complicated. This sounds like a lot. I'm 65 years old. I don't have the energy for all of this. Let me tell you something. Every single step I just outlined, the total time commitment is less than 2 hours a day. Most of that is just normal life. The active work is the walk, which is about an hour. The stretching, 5 minutes. The lymphatic massage, 2 minutes. The body scan, 5 minutes. The rest is just being intentional about what you eat and when you sleep. And here's the reality. You're already spending that time. You're already living those hours. The question is whether you're spending them in a way that improves your circulation or in a way that lets it deteriorate. Because here's what happens if you don't do this. If you keep sitting the way you're sitting, if you keep walking the way you're walking, if you're even walking at all, if you don't support your vascular system, your circulation continues to decline, your cells get less oxygen, your energy drops, your legs feel heavier, your brain gets foggier. And 5 years from now, you're wondering why you feel so much older, why your body doesn't do what you ask it to do anymore. But if you do this, if you commit to this protocol for just 4 weeks, something shifts. Your legs feel lighter, your energy comes back. You can walk longer without getting tired. You can climb stairs without thinking about it. You can play with your grandkids without running out of steam. Your body starts listening to you again. And that's what I want for you. Not just better circulation, not just another health metric, but the feeling of your body finally cooperating with you instead of working against you. The confidence that comes from knowing you're getting stronger, not older. The dignity of independence. The joy of a body that actually does what you ask it to do. Margaret told me something that stuck with me. She said, I feel like I got myself back, like the person I used to be is still in here. And this protocol reminded me that. That's the real win. That's what this is actually about. Layer it in. Don't overwhelm yourself. Let each piece become a habit before you add the next one, because habits stick when they're built gradually. And this protocol works best when it's a true habit, when it's just the way you live. In our next video, I'm going to show you the specific foods and supplements that accelerate circulation improvement even further, because there are 3 particular compounds that, when combined with this walking protocol, can double your results. Your body is waiting to rebuild itself. It's waiting for the right stimulus and the right support, and that's exactly what we're going to give it. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that, because when you layer in those nutritional components with this walking protocol, that's when the magic really happens. Your circulation is waiting for you to wake it up. Your legs are waiting to feel strong again. Your energy is waiting to come back. And it all starts with one walk. One intentional, focused walk where you engage your body the way it was designed to be engaged. Take care of yourself. Your circulation is counting on you.